Alright guys, I want to introduce to you Robo Advisor. Okay, how you can use Robo Advisor with just this 4-step framework. Okay, so if you can look at my screen, step 1, you need to remember the first framework is actually the profile. When you meet any customer, you need to identify their age, income, and debt. Right? So with all this information, you can go to framework number 2. Okay, so your duty is to do a good professional financial calculation, okay, which you are able to tell them about their down payment, loan, LTV, ABSD, etc. Everything calculated for you using Robo Advisor. Once you're done with all this financial calculation, okay, you will move on to step number 3, framework number 3, investment analysis. Okay, in this investment analysis, Robo Advisor is able to tell you a 10 to 15 years forecast. You can adjust accordingly, the ROI, the ROE for this property investment. Also share with your customer about their risk assessment. Okay, if they are comfortable with your investment analysis and they want to buy a property, here you go. Robo Advisor can now do a project recommendation, which is framework number 4, step number 4. You can zoom into the projects, okay, that will pop out in Robo Advisor that recommend you the correct property. Okay, so if you understand this framework, I will jump straight into our Robo Advisor. So Robo Advisor actually have got 4 buttons when you first come in. 1, okay, your customer do not own any property, you will click here. If they own HDB, you click the second button. If they own a private property, you click the blue button. Alright, so before you meet your customer, you can actually save all their profile, all their details into the save plans. So if you click the save plans, I have already saved. Okay, I'm going to jump straight into Mr. and Mrs. Tan, married. Okay, you view profile. Okay, if you look at my screen, okay, under the buyer's info, you just need to key in Mr. and Mrs. Tan info. Okay, their CPF, their salary, and you click end editing. Okay, the amount of OA they have, their flat details. Okay, once everything is keyed in, there's 3 different plans that is curated for Mr. and Mrs. Tan. 1, okay, called the plan for both, right? Meaning to say, in this asset progression plan, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Tan can choose to sell one existing property and buy under both names, or they can sell one existing property and buy solely under Mr. Tan's name, or they sell one existing property and now buy another property under Mrs. Tan's name, right? So you actually, with one Mr. and Mrs. Tan, you actually have got different plans for them during your discussion. Okay, so for example, if I click plans for both, okay, under plans for both, you also have got plan A, B, C, D, and E, etc. Why is that so? Because Mr. and Mrs. Tan maybe wants to buy new condo, EC, resale, okay, or even HDB under bank or HDB loan. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Tan also might be thinking about the possibility, okay, to keep the current HDB, okay, and pay ABSD to buy new condo or pay ABSD to buy resale condo. All these financial calculations are all tabulated for you, right? So if I click this, buy new condo, okay, all the financial calculation at the click of a button is all curated for you. What you need to tell Mr. and Mrs. Tan, if you use both names to buy, you can buy up to 1.74 million here, okay? And if you click the button next below, okay, it will come out with the property price, the amount of down payment. If you can see my cursor, everything is calculated for you. Okay, the important dates for buying a new launch, all your progressive payment will all be calculated for you, including the monthly installment, right? So this is under the framework number 2, financial calculation. So if your customer is comfortable with the financial calculation, you can now click the button next, right? If you click next, we'll come into this investment analysis. Okay, based on this property that they are going to buy, you can estimate, okay, probably this renter is going to give them 5,000. 5,000 will give them a 3.4 rental yield, okay, per year. MCST how much? You can give a prediction annual compound appreciation, maybe 4% every year. Okay, and holding period, how long do they plan to hold this property? You can change it to 12 years, you can change back to 10 years, it's your choice, right? Okay, and we will actually do a prediction how much is gonna be their ROI and ROE, okay, the profit and loss in 10 years time. Okay, so if you can look at my screen, okay, if they buy this property in 10 years time with 4% accumulation, okay, compounding interest, okay, your property price will go up another 55.6%. Okay, and what's so good about Robo Advisor, it also gives you the risk assessment. Okay, just in case you do not work, okay, or you choose to go for holiday, how long can your CPF sustain, okay, your monthly installment? Okay, so there's a couple of things that you can go through, okay, using this investment analysis. But what's good, okay, and the best part about this Robo Advisor is when you click this recommendation button, right, Mr. and Mrs. Tan is immediately being recommended with the correct property that is within their budget. Okay, you don't have to go to your marketing, okay, or another app to find all these projects, right? Everything is curated here. Okay, you can also set filter. For example, if your customer is a freehold lover, you can just click freehold and all the freehold project will be available within their investment budget. Okay, so I hope this short video will benefit you how this 4-step framework of Robo Advisor can benefit you when you meet your customer. Okay, if you have got any question, drop us a message. We'll be very glad to answer them. Thank you.